Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ironman Golf Cast. I'm your host, Bob Kurtz. I'm known as Golf's Iron Man. I hold 7 world records. If you've never seen a Guinness World Records certificate, here it is. I've got a bunch of them. This was the one for the most times shooting your age or lower in one day. I did it 7 times, played 10 rounds. 7 of them were 70 or lower, 6,500 yards. That's what Guinness requires. So I have credentials. I've also been a sportscaster for years and years. I was at CNN, did stuff at ESPN. Also was a sportscaster in Denver and Dallas and, well, Minneapolis briefly. Did the Denver Broncos, some of their football games, voiced the Air Force Academy. In fact, at the Air Force Academy, I was doing the Air Force games back in the day when Bill Parcells was the head coach. Bet you didn't know that. I'm giving you that. You can win a bet with a trivia bet with your friends. What was Bill Parcells' first head coaching job? He was at the Air Force Academy for 1 year. I can testify to that because I was doing the games and I also did the Air Force Falcons coaches show. Man, I can remember that with Parcells. Guy was a grump. He didn't like sportscasters, didn't like sports writers. He just wanted to coach. He was a great coach. We all know that. I remember the first game after we had done it. After we played the game. So on Tuesday, we are recording the coaches show, which would be shown the following Saturday before the game. And hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm your host, Bob Kurtz. Welcome to Falcon Football with new head coach, Bill Parcells. Well, coach, tough loss, but boy, our guys gave it 100%. Parcells looked at me and said, well, I don't know what game you were watching. And that's how it started with Parcells. My goodness gracious. He was a tough interview, but what an excellent golf coach. Golf coach, that's coach. Well, this is all about golf, so he was an excellent football coach. So don't write comments or anything and call in about that. Let's talk golf, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to look back at some of the interesting things that happened over the weekend, and then we're going to look ahead, preview the next event, but also just kind of share with one another some of the great stories. I have a lot of great stories, and we're going to be doing this for a long time. I'm one of the few that you'll ever meet, ever know, ever hear from, who played with Mr. Runyon, Paul Runyon, back when he was the head pro at Green Gables. Now, here's the guy that beat Sam Snead 8-7 in match play to win the PGA Championship. He won several majors. I played with Paul Runyon. I played with Ben Hogan, who gave me one bit of advice. He only talked to me one time in the round we played. He goes, Bob, you might want to watch that right elbow. So that was my entire conversation. Played with Sam Snead, whom I love to play with because, man, and afterwards, he just sit around for hours telling stories. Best storyteller. He and Lee Trevino are the two best to just visit with because countless stories, great delight. Played with Arnold Palmer. What a wonderful human being. He is the best ever of any professional athlete to relate to the fan. And would look at, and everybody would think he was just looking at them because he looked directly in your eyes. And I remember at the Masters one time, and this is not to be critical of Jack Nicklaus, can't be critical of the Golden Bear because of all he's accomplished. Both of them were near the end of their career, and I was covering it as media. I was watching Arnie finish round, didn't play well, heading toward his car. The trunk is up. He's putting the clubs in along with his caddy, and people are gathered around, and Arnie is signing the autograph, signing camp, signing everything, signing. I went back out to catch some of the action on the course, and I'm following around. I didn't come back till a good while later. Jack Nicklaus just preceded me going out that front door and his car had pulled up that roundabout So Jack walks from there to his car and signs about 4 autographs, and boom, he's gone. I look over there at the parking lot, which was just to the left at that time. Arnie is still signing autographs. What a guy. Oh, okay. We're going to talk about this week. What happened this past week? Well, Collin Morikawa, what an emotional win for him. Did you see the end of the tournament? He makes the birdie on 18 to go ahead and win, and his wife Catherine comes up there and she's crying, and Collin is crying, and find out that she's expecting, and gosh, they both ready to share that news. Great win. How about Jacob Bridgeman on 18? Poor Collin Morikawa had to sit there in the fairway forever. Did you ever see a guy work harder at trying to figure out what to do than poor Jacob Bridgeman? He's down there left of the 18th green, down among the seals and all waters and a pounding surf, but his ball is dry, and he tries to hit it, and it hits the wall, goes back in the water. He has to take a penalty shot. He took a penalty for playing the ball there. He gets back in the fairway, hits it up, makes the putt, par 5. He makes a 6. Best bogey I have ever seen. Congratulations to this young Jacob Bridgeman coming out of Clemson University. Did you know he set a record there, shot in the 60s 50 times? And while we're talking about interesting and incredible things, how about Scottie Scheffler? 3 eagles in the final round. I don't know if anybody's ever done 3 eagles in the final round. I haven't. I don't think you have. 3 eagles in a year is excellent play. High expectations. 3 eagles. He played the par 5s in 7 under. Shoot, all you had to do, you play those 4 holes 7 under, just show up on the rest of the holes. What a spectacular round. Guy. Scottie Scheffler, he just goes about doing his thing, and he is winning golf tournaments and playing exceptional. And what he has done, he did it at Phoenix and he did it at Pebble Beach. He spots the field a whole bunch of strokes, doesn't he? He shoots a 73 and a 72 for opening rounds in the last 2 tournaments. And then he has to finish with 63s and 64s in the final round and get into third round. It's like a guy that you can't get a game unless he spots you 3 aside. And here's Scottie Scheffler. He's spotting the entire tour, those extra strokes. And while we're talking about Scottie Scheffler, how about the other superstar? Isn't it funny with Rory McIlroy, all he's accomplished, the Grand Slam of golf, and all the tournaments he's won, and you still think of him as an underachiever? Guy's got so much talent. He was Rory was the third flight, wasn't he? I mean, he's got 3 double bogeys and a triple bogey. I mean, he is like he's playing in the third flight of the club championship. But he comes on at 64 to final round, jumps up 20 some slots in the standings in a respectable positions. I don't know about Rory McIlroy. I think he's got power swing of all time power swing. So perfect with that great turn, that rotation of the hips, and then the holding of the shoulder back, that X factor. Gosh. But I would expect those to be interchangeable. Rory's great swing, he should have the record of dominance that Scottie Scheffler has. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Scottie doesn't have the great swing. It is a great swing because, man, he hits incredible golf shots. So it is a great golf swing for Scottie Scheffler. You try to emulate it or imitate it, probably not going to be very successful. I love Scottie Scheffler and Chris Gotterow and their swings because of their footwork. I haven't seen such bad footwork since I tried to learn the tango. Tango. My wife and I took some lessons. She's, of course, a great dancer. Peggy is, me, not so much. But I think my footwork was better in the tango than Scottie's is on the tee. You watch that right foot, it just drags all the way across, and Chris got her up. You can't even talk about his footwork. He doesn't have any. He just, you ever seen a guy in the Olympics or anywhere else throw the shot put down here, and then you turn, twist your body, throw it with everything you got, their feet come off the ground, don't they? Well, that's Chris Goddard up with his golf swing. I mean, it's amazing, but he's such an accomplished golfer. And hey, leading early the FedEx Cup standings. What a guy, traditionally. And when we talk about instruction, we've got on my YouTube channel, Golf's Ironman, YouTube, Golf's Ironman. I do a lot of instruction. And one of the things we know about footwork is you shift your weight. With a driver, you have about 60-40, about 60% of your weight away from the ball, 40% on the lead side. Then you take it away, and almost all the weight goes to the inside of the back foot. Got that? Almost all the weight. So you're braced, and then you push off that, and you roll over the lead foot. So all the weight goes over the lead foot as you hang your head back right there behind the ball. And then as you rotate, all the weight on the back foot comes up on the toe. It's beautiful. It's like Hogan. Remember all the pictures we see of Ben Hogan with that perfect footwork? Not there, Scottie and Chris got her up, but hey, they don't need it because they win. And isn't that the point of golf? Shoot the best score you possibly can with what you got. And they got a lot. So look at all these stories that came out of Pebble Beach. Also a good story from the Chubb Classic, the Champions Tour. David Thomas won. He hadn't won for a while. What a good guy, gentle soul. Does not hit the ball very far. If you hit the ball pretty solid, you wouldn't be embarrassed playing with a winning pro like David Thomas, because it's not going to bust it by you. He finishes in the bottom third in the tournament this past week in terms of driving distance. And when remember they always measure the longest drive, he didn't even come close to 300 yards for his longest drive, but keeps the ball in play, puts it on the green, putts, chips, stays under control, and wins over Boo Weekley. And we all love Boo, but of all the personalities of this past week, let's go to Live Golf. Let's think about Live Golf. And I don't want to be controversial. I'm not even going to get into that. If you love the PGA Tour, if you love the Champions Tour, if you love the LPGA, the DP World Tour, the European Tour, that's great and that's wonderful. And you don't like the Live Tour, you gotta like Anthony Kim. He won this past week, beat John Rahm by one stroke. He was trailing by 3 or 4, and he just reeled off a bunch of birdies. And you go, well, that's nice. Anthony Kim. Haven't I heard that name before? Where's he been? Well, he's been in purgatory. He fought drug addiction, alcohol problems. He had one for 16 years. Got that? Anthony Kim had not won for 16 years. He's only been sober for the last 3 years. Got his game back. He won. And he cried. And he did it, he said, for his wife and his child. Did it for family. He won. I mean, he really won. He won a tournament, but he won his life back, Anthony Kim. Okay, that's last week. You still with me? Hang on here. We're just talking like good friends. I got so many stories and so many things I like to share with you. Harvey Pinnock always said, if you love golf, you're my friend. I love golf. You love golf. We're friends, aren't we? So we're talking like friends here in my crazy office in Scottsdale, Arizona, where you play golf year-round, and I do. People have asked me, Ironman, how do you stay so fit? Well, I'm ball striking strong. I hit I hit 6 days a week. I don't play as much as people think. I'll jump in a cart and 3 balls, a Titleist, a TaylorMade, and a Callaway, and I'll play against each other. I may only play 6 holes, but I've played the equivalent of 18, probably more because I'll hit a lot of extra shots. But I hit balls every single day. 6 days a week. I take Sunday off to spend with my wife, Peggy, and we enjoy that respite for your soul, your spirit, your relationship. The rest of the time I hit today, I have 2 heavy drivers. You might know that I'm the only person in the history of golf, supposedly, that has shot their age, left-handed, right-handed, same day, same tees. That I recently played a charity event for Folds of Honor, and I played 100 holes right-handed and 100 holes left-handed. So anyway, what I did, I have a heavy driver, a momentous driver, 360 grams. I have a right-handed one and a left-handed one. And today I just hit 100 drives with the momentous driver, right-handed, and 50 left-handed. I do that essentially because I'm a senior golfer and I want rotation. I want to be able to really rotate, and that heavy driver enables me to get back, but it makes me really strong. Johnny Miller was talking to me at the PGA show 2 years ago, and he said, Kurtz, are you losing any distance? Because he was getting frustrated with the fact that he was. And I said, not really. I still hit. Now the ball is better, the clubs are better, but I still hit 50 years later after being 35. I still hit the same club, the same distance, 7-iron, 165, and then go from there. I won the South in the Remax long drive contest when I was over 60 years of age. And that's all because I hit balls every single day. And I've got great rotational strength. But let's go. You'll find that I get off topic a lot. Just send me back or fast forward. Do whatever you want. I'm here because I love golf, and these my golf casts. Let's talk about Riviera. Oh, that classic Spanish style clubhouse sitting on top of the hilltop of 18. Been around for years. It's in that area in Los Angeles, Bel Air Country Club. Incidentally, I played Bel Air, story for you there, a couple miles away from Riviera when I was with the Air Force. And we were playing UCLA, so we decided to get there a day early. We went out. Somebody set it up so we could play Bel Air. And guess who I met on the first tee? Recognized him. It was Fred McMurray from My Three Sons and all those movies. He didn't look like Fred McMurray because he had this little hairpiece that was didn't wear it when he was playing golf, and he looked like Robert Blake, or he looked like Robert Duvall was what I was trying to think. Slips every once in a while, slip of the tongue. He looked more like Robert Duvall. God bless Robert Duvall. Everybody keeps coming up to me. I played a charity tennis tournament with Robert Duvall as my partner back in the Bank of Denver Tennis Classic Celebrity Days. Okay, let's go back, not to Bel Air. Incident, did you know the 4th hole at Bel Air that Johnny Weissmuller filmed some scenes from his Tarzan movies there in that rock, kind of a cave type thing there on the, well, anyway, let's fast forward to Riviera. 1945. The war is Sam Snead wins. Next year, 1946. Byron Nelson wins. He had a pretty good year. That next year he won 18 times. Still a record. Following year, Ben Hogan wins. And then in 1950, oh man, just touches your heart. The year before, Ben Hogan was driving back from the Phoenix Open to his wife Valerie, and foggy night, and a Greyhound bus is passing a slow-moving truck and hits Hogan and his wife head on. Hogan had dove to protect his wife, and it kept the steering wheel from just puncturing him, but did everything. Fractured his ribs, broke his ankle, he was just crushed. There were newspaper reports that he had died. He couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. And yet, 1 year later, he ties Sam Snead, 1950, for the LA Open, played at Riviera. One of the great moments. They had to postpone the playoff a week because of rain. Come back and they play, and Snead edges Hogan, but wow, what heroism. So this is a great classic, tremendous golf course. It's got the greatest par threes. One of them is a kind of a replica of the Redan hole in North Berwick in Scotland, where it kind of comes towards you and tilts that way. The sixth has the bunker, not in front of the green, but right in the middle of the green. It's a great golf course. Do you know it's only a mile or so from the Pacific Ocean, but there's not one water hazard on that golf course. It's just a classic golf course, one of the great golf course designs. It's going to be a great tournament. This last tournament was great. Phoenix was great. It's going to be a fabulous year on the PGA Tour. It's going to be a fabulous year for you and for me. Join me on the Ironman Golfcast. May your life, the golf, be absolutely amazing. I love golf. You're my